What's poppin', my Pokemon trainer friends and family all over the world? Welcome back to another Pokemon Go PvP adventure. And now today, I'm finally going to be able to do something that I have been wanting to do for so long in Pokemon Go, and that is, what if I was the Water-type gym leader in Pokemon Go? And I'm finally going to be able to do it simply because of the Weather Cup. The Weather Cup for the Great League, the meta is basically just water types. The water type Pokemon run the gauntlet. So I am going to be able to run a water type team. I do not recommend you guys doing this if you're trying to be competitive at it or if you're taking it really serious. I'm doing this for fun. And the water type Pokemon that I chose are not like my all-time favorite water type Pokemon. I chose this team simply because of the meta. Lanturn lead for any Pelipper's or Bastiodon leads. The shiny Tentacruel for any Razor Leafers, and then I'm running the Carracosta Spice just in case there's a Pelipper in the back if they get past my Lanturn. And the IVs on my Carracosta are not PvP IVs. I'm running a Hundo. And if you did encounter me in GBL and you battled me and you beat me fair and square, I will be giving you a water type gym badge here on this video right now, unless I surrendered because you were running a Shadow Swampert or a Swampert lead. Don't hate the player, hate the game. For the way the game is set up, you know exactly what I mean. And now, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's hop into the first battle. Fight! And now we do catch an Alolan Sandslash on the lead. And this, matchup is pretty so-so, I guess. Like, it's a neutral battle. However, they are running Powder Snow on that Alolan Sandslash, so that is better for us because we resist it. However, they do get off a Bulldoze, and it's super effective. But you already know Bulldoze is just such a terrible move in Pokemon Go. Maybe they should, I don't know, what would make Bulldoze better? They could lower the energy cost for it, or they could make it just hit harder because it costs too much energy to do so little damage, and it doesn't even, like, you don't even have a chance to debuff your opponent or get an attack raise. Like, there's nothing. It's just a bad move. But anyways, they do bring in a Lanturn, and this is no bueno for Chuck. So I am going to have to just stay in here because Lanturn basically core breaks my entire team unless they swap in Lanturn onto my Lanturn, and then I can stay in that matchup. However, I have no choice but to stay in here, and now all I can do is keep debuffing that Lanturn, and they're going to keep going for Thunderbolt, so I have to keep shielding up. I used both of my shields, and both times they did use Thunderbolt. They didn't bait, which is very good for us. And of course, that Bastiodon's going to come back in, but we're at a Scald, and we're going to hit him with this super effective damage, and shields are down, and also we don't get the debuff, of course. And now they're going to go for a Stone Edge and basically take us out. Bang. Tentacruel goes down, but we still got that spicy Carracosta in the back. It's Rock type versus Rock type. Meta versus Spice. Can Carracosta take down this meta beast? We're going to hit him with that Surf, and they survive. But Carracosta rock throws down, and on this day, Carracosta beat Bastiodon. GG's, homie. Well played. And now, jumping into the next battle, we catch a Jellicent lead. So this is good for us. And now they swap into Cradily, and I kind of hesitated there. I didn't know who to bring in. So instead, I'm going to hit him with this Surf so that I can have some time to think about it. And then I am going to bring in Tentacruel because the grass type moves are hitting neutral, and Tentacruel is very tanky. So they get off this grass knot and it's neutral. So what I am going to do is just debuff it and try to farm it down. But they are going to shield it up, and I think I just let it go down. No, I am going to shield up once as well. And they're going to go for the grass knot. And I'm going to try my best to farm it down. Can I poison jab down? We cannot poison jab down. So I am going to double shield Tentacruel. And they bring that Jellicent back in. And I wasn't even able to click on the charge moves. I had lost count of how much energy the Jellicent had. So that was no bueno for us. And they have a Poliwrath in the back. So now I am going to hit him with this Thunderbolt. Maybe I should have baited. But either way, I go for the Thunderbolt in case they called my bait. And now I just bring Carracosta in here. I was potentially trying to catch, but they didn't throw. They overfarmed. And now it's pretty much GG's at this moment. because they are going to get off to another dynamic punch, and it's really going to hurt Poliwrath. I misplayed terribly during this game. If you guys saw, I hesitated on the switch with Cradily. I didn't click on the charge move when the Jellicent came in. I potentially could have debuffed it and then brought in Carracosta, as you will see later. But GG's, my fellow Pokemon trainer. Here is your badge. And now jumping into the next battle, we catch an Araquanid on the lead. But we also lagged on the lead, if you've seen that. It went from 1 and then it went go. It didn't count down. But it's all good. They're going to Bubble Beam us. They're going to drop our attack. But these Thunderbolts are still going to hurt. They shield up once. And now I am going to get to another Thunderbolt. Do they want to shield up again or let this go? We are Bubble Beam debuffed. And they let it go and it still did a lot of damage. So they shielded up once and then they got hit by once. Or they got hit once. And now I let it go and I thought I could get to the Surf. I thought Lanturn was going to be able to get to the Surf, but you know, a little bit too late. And I am going to bring in Carracosta to just smash that bug to pieces. And they bring in their Bastiodon. So it's Carracosta up against Bastiodon yet again. And we do see this matchup quite a few times. We're going to see Carracosta versus Bastiodon quite a few times. And they actually stay in there with Bastiodon. The fact that they brought Bastiodon into Carracosta let me know that they're probably weak to Rock in the back or Water. So I did bring in Tentacruel to see if I could bait out whatever they have it in the back. But they are going to stay in with their Bastiodon. So whatever, and they're going to shield their Bastiodon. So whatever they got in the back is definitely weak to either Water, Poison, or Rock. And now they take us out with the Bastiodon. And I am going to bring Carracosta back in to just Rock throw that thing down. And it's a Shadow Alolan Sandslash in the back. So what I'm thinking my opponent was trying to do here was get my last shield. Because when shields are down, that thing goes to town. So I do believe they were staying in there to get my last shields to try. And then they could bring that in. And then potentially get the Bulldoze. But we shield up once. Rock throw it down. GG's, homie. Well played. And jumping into the next laggy battle, we catch a Blaziken on the lead. And if you saw there, the game lagged again at the beginning. It went 1 and then go. But I was able to see a Blaziken lead, and then they swapped out into Marshtomp, which is no bueno for Chuck. I should have just backed out here. But because it's not a Swampert, I'm going to stay in and give this trainer a fighting chance to win a badge. Are they going to win a badge? Y'all are just going to have to wait and see. Wait and find out. See how this matchup plays out. It's very interesting. Now, I am going to double shield my Lanturn because nothing on my team wants to see that. And I was just so angry, bro. It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You guys are going to see. So I am going to hit him with the Surf, but then they shield up. So now we are both shieldless at this moment. And then Lanturn's going to go down. And I am going to bring in Carracosta to be my damage sponge. And the reason I did this is because Tentacruel is a lot more bulkier. So therefore, it's going to put up a better fight up against whatever they may have in the back. And what do they have in the back? Any guesses? It's a Swampert. Are you kidding me, bro? I was so triggered when I seen this because my entire team is weak to Swampert. And what do you know? I'm going to run into both of them. But they go for Hydro Cannon there. They went for Hydro Cannon. And this let me know that they were either running Sludge Wave or they didn't have a second move on it. More than likely, they were running Sludge Wave on it for the Cradily, maybe. The Cradily matchup. And they go for Blaze Kick. And we get to a Scald. And Tentacruel survived that Blaze Kick. And we're going to hit him with that bang. But before we bang, we're going to lag. And then bang. 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 GG's, homie. Well played. And as usual with my luck, you guys already know I go 3 wins, 2 losses as usual, but it is a positive set and the fun doesn't stop there. I still got a lot of more battles to showcase for you guys. And now jumping into this next battle, we catch a positive lead up against Toxapex. I did think about making a Toxapex, but I have to build one So instead, I did bring Tentacruel instead, my shiny Tentacruel. And now my opponent there, I believe they tried to sack swap because they threw in a very well-timed way. Now I'm going to charge up and then I sack swap. And this is how you sack swap, trainer. This is how it's done. I mean, either way, the sack swaps were decent. Like, they were neutral. Because the Night Slashes were neutral up against Tentacruel. I don't think Alolan Sandshrew has anything that actually threatens Tentacruel. And the Surfs would have been neutral on Alolan Sandshrew also, and the Thunderbolts if I had thrown with Lanturn. But I am going to preserve my health on Lanturn. And they bring Toxapex back in. So all I'm going to do here is just start debuffing that Toxapex. That way when I bring Lanturn back in, the Sparks can do a lot more damage. And I feel like Acid Spray should hit a little harder maybe, because it does take a lot of energy to get to. It does harshly debuff the opponent, so I do believe harshly debuffing is 2 stages. So it debuffs the opponent's Pokemon by 2 stages. And my opponent went for Sludge Wave there, so that was a very good shield on my part. I wanted to preserve the health on my Lanturn, and they shield up as well. They're matching shields. So what I'm going to do here is double bait. I'm going for a very risky play, and they double shield their Toxapex. So I knew right away that they have something in the back that's weak to Lanturn, but it's a Cradily. So I don't know if my opponent was trying to take my shields, because if I matched shields up against Toxapex, they could potentially bring in Cradily and sweep. So what I did here is bring in Carracosta instead. That way I can bait out whatever was in the back, and it happened to be that Cradily. So I am going to be holding onto my shield, which was very good. So that was a good play on my part to bring in Carracosta. That way I could bait out whatever Pokemon they were hiding in the back. And now I am going to use my shield here, and check this play out. I am sparking down that Cradily, bro. That was a very risky and crazy play on my part. I sparked down the Cradily. We get to the Thunderbolt, take him out. GG's, homie. Well played. And jumping into this next battle, we catch another Alolan Sandshrew, Sandslash, whatever. I'm sorry guys, it's early in the morning. You could probably tell by the sound of my voice. And also I've been having orientation for college these past couple days. So your boy is exhausted, and I'm still putting out these videos for you guys. So if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, please do so right now. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe right now as well. And now I did go for a Surf and they let that go, but I am gonna shield up even though it's an Ice Punch, which was probably not the play, but you will see what they have in the back. It probably was the play because it's a Jellicent. And now I'm gonna go for this Thunderbolt and take a shield or take them out. We take a shield, and I'm just gonna bring in Tentacruel, because I did learn from my past mistakes, right? I learned from my other loss because I lost to Jellicent the other time. And if you haven't seen my video of Jellicent, I have a little short of Jellicent takes over the kingdom or holds the kingdom down, something like that. Take a look at that little short, it's pretty good. It's getting a lot of little traction as well. Thumbs up that video as well. And now all I did here was just lower the defense on Jellicent, because what I can do now is bring in Carracosta and just start doing a lot of damage with these rock throws. But they are going to get to a charge move, and I have to shield. And maybe I could have taken a Shadow Ball. I'm not sure. I wasn't going to risk it because Carracosta is kind of squishy, and my IVs on it are not really great. It's a hundo. And now they swap into a Bastiodon, so it's Carracosta versus Bastiodon yet again. I told you guys earlier that we were going to see this matchup quite a few times. And now I make this amazing catch onto Lanturn. We're going to catch a Stone Edge, and then I'm going to bring Carracosta back in. So I used 3 shields in this battle, and I get to the Surf, and I'm not going to click a single thing because I know for a fact they have to shield up if they want to win. And then they bring in Jellicent to get rock throw down. They probably wanted to catch just how I caught on Lanturn, but it didn't go as planned. But either way, they take the win. GG's, my fellow Pokemon trainer. Here is your water type gym badge. Well played. And now jumping into this next battle, we catch the spiciest Pokemon pick that I encountered in all of my Weather Cup battles. We catch an Emboar on the lead. So shout out to you, my fellow Pokemon trainer, for running a spicy Emboar in the lead. And you know what? Shout out to all the Pokemon trainers out there that are running fire-type Pokemon in the Weather Cup. That is very risky because there are so many water-type Pokemon running around in this meta that it's not even funny. Now I go for this Surf, and I'm staying in with Lanturn because nothing on my team wants to go up against a Mud Boy. But I am staying in because I want to give my opponent the opportunity to win a gym badge. It's not a Swampert or a Shadow Swampert. If we see one of those, we just surrender, and then my opponent doesn't get a Water-type gym badge. So I am going to stay in to give them the opportunity to do so. And I hesitated there to bring in Tentacruel, and you guys are going to see that that's going to be like my downfall. But either way, we are going to debuff it, and I think they do get to an energy ball. They hit us with an energy ball, but Tentacruel is so tanky, he was still able to tank it. And then we simultaneously KO, and then I see that he brought in his Emboar, so I am just going to bring in Carracosta, because I don't believe that Emboar has access to a fighting type move, which is kind of weird. Maybe I should do a video on Pokemon that need better moves in Pokemon Go. Let me know down in the comment section, because I do want to make a video on that. There are so many Pokemon that need better moves, and they have access to better moves, but they just haven't been given them. So now we are able to take out that Quagsire. GG's, my fellow Pokemon trainer. Well played. And now jumping into this next battle, we catch another Fire-type Pokemon on the lead. We catch a Blaziken lead. And like I said, shout out to all of you trainers that were running Fire-type Pokemon in the Weather Cup, because there's so many Water types running around in this meta. And now my opponent swapped in Lanturn, and I have to stay in here. I can't swap out because my backline does not want to go up against Lanturn. So my Lanturn has to stay in here, and my backline is rooting my Lanturn on, like, you can do it, Lanturn. We believe in you. You're a strong, independent queen or king. I don't know. I didn't check the gender of my Lanturn, so I don't know. But I am going to let it go down, because now I can bring in Tentacruel and potentially farm down, because I do want to get ahead on energy, but at the expense of a shield. But it's a Surf bait. They baited me with the Surf. I should have known that, but it's all right, because now we have equal shields. We have equal shields, and what do they have in the back? They have an Abomasnow. So this is actually good for us, because the Razor Leafs are doing neutral damage. I mean, it's heavy damage, right? It's neutral damage, and now we are able to... Now, I tried to catch on their Abomasnow. It might have been too early, or they probably just wanted to farm down and then throw their energy on whatever I had in the back. But I swapped out, and we are able to get to a Scald, but I have to shield up, because a Blaze Kick at this range would probably KO, because Blaziken is a glass cannon with a capital C. I didn't even hit any of the bubbles, and we were still able to take it out. And my opponent gets to a charge move. Is this enough to take us out? It's a Weather Ball. Tentacruel is able to survive, and we Poison Jab it down. GG's, my fellow Pokemon trainer. Well played. Well played indeed. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. And as always, we get 3 wins, 2 losses. It is a positive set, but as usual, I get the 3 wins, 2 losses. That's how it always goes for me in GBL for some reason. If you have been keeping up with my channel, you'll see that all the battles that I have done, I always get 3 wins, 2 losses. On the occasion, I will get the 5-win streak. Sometimes I'll get the 4-1. Most of the time it's 3-2. But that's just how it goes for me in GBL. If you did enjoy this video, please give the video a thumbs up. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll catch you all in the next one, in the battlefield or in the ring. Ding, ding. Peace out, my fellow trainers.